Namaskaram everyone. A pleasant morning and welcome to another interesting day of TSMS webinars for junior intern. Dear students, we have been learning about matrices. So far we have learned about types of matrices, addition and multiplication and subtraction of matrices, all the operations. Then we have also learned about symmetric, skew-symmetric matrices, transpose of a matrix, when is multiplication of matrices possible, all things in detail in our earlier sessions. You have also had an introduction to determinant of a matrix, which is a square matrix of 2 by 2 order, how to find the determinant, and then why do we find determinant at which actually point do we need determinant. In order to solve simultaneous linear equations, we need determinant values. We can also use determinant method to solve simultaneous equations. So, to continue the same, we have with us Mrs. E. Purnima, PGT Mathematics from TSMS Valigonda, Yadadri Bhongir district, who is now popular among you. She has taught you many sessions. I don't need to introduce her, right? Yeah. With the same passion and dedication and commitment, she is here today to present the continuation of matrices part 5. Purnima madam, welcome, and the session is all yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, children. I hope a very happy morning. I hope everyone is doing well and good. So, without any delay, let us start our chapter, matrices, session 5. So, all of you be ready with your belongings, that is book and pen. So, let us start our session. So, today, first of all, we are going to recollect what have we seen in the last session, children. Once we see in brief. So, if a matrix A is there of order m by n, then the matrix obtained by interchanging rows and columns of the matrix is called what? Transpose of A. So, we have learned about the transpose of a matrix. Yes. So, if you interchange the rows and columns of the given matrix, then the resultant matrix is called as what? Transpose of the matrix. So, it is denoted by A transpose, we can write like this, A to the power of T we can write, or A dash we can write. Yeah. And properties of the transpose of matrices are A dash whole dash is equal to A, and K into A whole dash is equal to K into A dash, and third one is A plus B whole dash is equal to A transpose plus B transpose, AB whole transpose is equal to B transpose into A transpose. So these are the properties of the transpose of matrices. So you have many sums based on the transpose, children, in your textbook. You can solve them. Okay. And the next one, what I have seen is symmetric matrix. What is symmetric? If A transpose is equal to A, means if a matrix is said to be symmetric, if A transpose is equal to A, so then we say that the matrix is a symmetric matrix. And the other one is skew symmetric matrix, where if A transpose is equal to minus A, means additive inverse of the given matrix. So then we say that the matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. Here, children. Next, we have learned about what? Determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix also we learned. So that is, if a matrix is there of order 2 by 2 with elements A, B, C, D, then what is the determinant given? AD minus BC. Clear? Next, if a 1 by 1 matrix is there, it has only one element, then its determinant is the element itself. Clear? And next one is what here? And if any matrix is there, it is divided into, can be divided into a symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. So what is the symmetric matrix part? It is given by half into A plus A dash. Clear? And the skew symmetric matrix part is half into A minus A dash. Here, if you do this part, you will get a symmetric matrix of the original matrix, symmetric part of the original matrix. And if you do half into A minus A dash, you will get the skew symmetric part of the original matrix. Clear, children? So these are the things what you have learned in the last session. So now here what you are going to see in today's session, which is very, very important, because we are going to learn about the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix, as I said in the last session. So that is what, before going to the 3 by 3, we need to know a few terms. That is the minor of an element. And the second one is the cofactor of an element. And the third one is here we come for the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. Here. And the next one is properties of the determinants. So, and few sums based on the determinants we are going to see in today's session. Clear? So, without any delay, let us move fast into our topic, children. That is minor of an element. What is the minor of an element? So, what the minor is nothing, but here we are talking about what, children? 3 by 3 matrix. So, here I am taking a 3 by 3 matrix, children. It is A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. It is a 3 by 3 square matrix. Sorry. Here, how we got this these elements, children? As in the last session, we have seen the linear equations in two variables. We represented in the form of a matrix. Yes or not? A1, B1, A2, B2. That is A1x plus B1y is equal to C1. A2x plus B2y is equal to C2. That we have seen in the last session. So here it is a 3 by 3 matrix. That means what? It is a it is a matrix with three variables. Here. So now here it is A1x plus B1y plus C1z is equal to D1. A2x plus B2y plus C2z is equal to D2. A3x plus B3y plus C3z is equal to D3. So if such a system of equations are there, then we represent in the form of matrix by writing the coefficients of the variables. Clear? That will give you the matrix like this. Is it clear, children? So A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. So it is a 3 by 3 square matrix. Then what is the minor? The minor of an element. We are talking about minor of an element. We can find out minor only for the element, children, not for the entire matrix. Okay. For each element, we can find the minor. So how many elements are there here? Total 9 elements are there. So for each element of the matrix, we can find out the minor. So what is that minor? Actually, what does a minor mean? So let us see. The minor of an element in the matrix is defined as a determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix obtained after deleting the row and the column in which the element is present. See here, what is the meaning of this? If you are, if any for any element, if you are asked to find the minor, then how do we get it? We have to delete the row and the column. We have to delete the row and the column in which the element is present. After you delete those two, that is a row and column, we are left with 4 elements. Yes or not? So that 4 elements will give you a 2 by 2 square matrix. So the determinant of the square matrix is nothing but the minor of the element. Yes. So this is the definition, children. Let me explain you more in clear. Okay. So suppose here it is a matrix. Is it clear? A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Here, this is a matrix. Now here we are trying to find out. We are trying to find out the minor of an element. So which element we want to find? Let us take the first element, minor of A1. Is it clear? So what is a minor of A1, children? As I said you, first of all we have to delete the row and the column in which the element is present, isn't it? So here in which row it is present, children? If you observe here, in which row it is present? It is present in the first row. So let us eliminate that row. Okay, just I am eliminating the first row. Next one is what? We have to eliminate the column also in which the element is present. It is present in which column? First column, isn't it? So let us eliminate that first column also. Now here I have removed the first row and first column. Clear, children? So here see, children, one point I want to tell you, just to make you clear understanding, I'm totally covering this one. But in your, when you are writing in your notebook, you need not to cut off those. Understood? Just you can put your finger on it, that row and that column, so that it will be eliminated. Elimination means you no need to remove it from the matrix, children. Only you have to means you have to take it out from the vision. Understood? Only you need not consider those values while you are finding the minor. It doesn't mean that you totally have to cut those elements. Understood? So now here the row and the column, I'm just covering here, children. So what are the 4 elements left here? B2, C2, B3, C3 are left, isn't it? So the determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix is nothing but the minor of this element. So what is that here? The minor of the element. Which element we are finding? A1 is the determinant of B2, C2, B2, C2, B3, C3. Is it clear? So how do we write determinant, children? In the last class also I told you have to write in the vertical lines. B2, C2, B3, C3 is equal to what? The cross multiplication here as AD minus BC. We know now. So according to that formula, it is nothing but B2 into C3. It is B2 into, here I am writing it as B2 into C3 minus B3 into C2. Is it clear, children? So that we have done here. So this is this will give you the minor of the element. So let us take the same example with another element, for another element. So now here I'm trying to find out the minor of B1. So in which row the B1 is present here? In the first row. In which column it is present? In the second column, isn't it? So let us eliminate those two. Let us cover those two. So now here the first row is covered. Next the second column is covered because B1 is present in the first row and second column. Now what are the four elements which are left here? A2, C2, A3, C3. Now we are going to find out the determinant of these four elements. Clear? These four elements, if you write together, they form a matrix, 2 by 2 square matrix, isn't it? So the minor of B1 is the determinant of A2, C2, A3, C3. Is it clear? So now that is nothing but what? Determinant of A2, C2, A3, C3 is equal to, again cross multiplication will do children here, that is A2, C3 minus A3, C2. That is nothing but what here? A2, C3, A2, C3 minus A3, C2. Is it clear? So this is the way how we find out the minor of an element. Clear? Like this, total 9 elements are there in our matrix. For every element, you can find out the same thing. Okay. Now, minor of B2. Where is B2, children? Till now, we have seen only for the first row elements. Now, where is B2? B2 is in the second row and in the second column. Second row and second column. So, let us try to find out the minor of it. So, now what you should do? Which row we have to cover now? Because it is there in the second row. You should cover the second row, isn't it? So now here, now I am trying to cover the second row. Now which column it is there? Second column. So let us try to cover the second column. So then what are the four elements left here? A1, C1, A3, C3. Now if you write them in the form of a matrix, we get it as a 2 by 2 square matrix. Clear? So this is nothing but determinant of A1, C1, A3, C3. We are going to find out, which is nothing but A1, C3 minus A3, C1. Isn't it? So have you got this? As you already know, it is nothing but A1 into C3 minus A3 into C1. Okay, children. So now here, the most important one is cofactor, which is related to the minor. So what is a cofactor of an element? As we have discussed here, in total 9 elements we find out. So for each element we can find out the minor. Similarly, for each element of a matrix, we can find out the cofactor. Is it clear? So now what is a cofactor? Meaning of cofactor is what? A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3 are the is a 3 by 3 square matrix. Is it clear? Now, what the cofactor of an element in the ith row and jth column. Ith row and jth column means what? In which row it is present and in which column it is present. I represents the row number and j represents the column number in which the element is present. So whatever the element, you are finding the cofactor. So we have to see the row number and column number of that element. Clear? So then it is given by the cofactor of that element is given by minor, as its minor, defined as its minor multiplied by -1 whole to the power of I plus j. Clear? It is very simple, children. Already we know how to find out the minor. Yes, that minor value should be multiplied with what? -1 to the power of I plus j. And what is the I? I is nothing but the row number in which the element is present. And what is j? J is nothing but the column number in which the element is present. Is it clear? Just we substitute the values here. So now always a cofactor is given by, if a Aij, the general element Aij is the element of a matrix, then the cofactor of that element is given by capital A, we write children Aij. Is it clear? So now here let us see how to find out the cofactor. So now here this is a matrix, 3 by 3 square matrix. Now I am trying to find out cofactor of A1. Where is the A1 here? First row, first column, isn't it? So first we need to find out what? Minor, no? That minor should be multiplied with -1 to the power of I plus j. So because here the A1 element is there in the first row and first column, what are the values of I and j, children? What are the values of I and j? 1 second. Let me change now. So now what is the I value and j value here? Because A1 is present in the first row, first column. We write I value as 1. And j value is also equal to 1. Understood? I is equal to 1 and j is also equal to 1. So let us try to find out the cofactor. The cofactor of a1 is what? Minor into, minus 1 into whole to the power of I plus j into minor of a1, isn't it? So this is the formula what we know. Now here, because it is a a1 element, I am writing the cofactor as capital A1. Clear? Now here it is nothing but, let us find the minor here. What is the minor? It is, because it is there in the first row, first column, I am trying to cover those two row and column, the first row and first column. Now what we get here, it is nothing but minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 1. Why I am writing here 1 plus 1? Because it is the I value is 1 and j value is 1. Now what are the four elements left? B2, C2, B3, C3. Which is nothing but minus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Minus 1 whole square is what? 1 only, no? So no need to write that 1 here. Clear? Always children remember, for whatever the element you are finding the cofactor, for every element we'll have here minus 1 to the power of I plus j only. Clear? So here that means what? Here either you get a minus 1 for the before minor value, or plus 1 before the minor value. Why? Because if this y plus j value will give you an even number, here as we got here 1 plus 1 is 2. Yes. So minus 1 whole square, minus 1 raised to 2, and even number will give you plus 1. Yes. If this sum is an odd number, I plus j will give you an odd number. Clear? So then what happens? Here minus 1 raised to an odd number will give you minus 1. So there then we get minus 1 is nothing but simply we write minus sign here. Isn't it? So simply we get the, means either plus sign we get or minus sign we get in front of the minor value. That will give you the cofactor of the element. Clear? So let us see that example also here. Now this is the value matrix what we have. I'm trying to find out the cofactor of B1 element. Where is B1 present here? B1 is present in the first row and second column. So then what will be the I value, children? I is nothing but 1 because it is in the first row. And J is in the second column. So J value is how much? J is value is 2. So let us substitute the values here. The cofactor of B1 is given by minus 1 to the power of I plus j into minor of B1. So let us substitute that values and find the minor. The first row and second column are covered. Now what is the minor here? Cofactor? Minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 2. So what are the four elements left? A2, C2, A3, C2. Clear? Now here if you observe, 1 plus 2 is how much? 3. That is nothing but an odd number. So minus 1 raised to an odd number will give you what? Minus 1 only. So that instead of writing minus 1, simply we write minus sign. Okay, no need to write 1 as a coefficient. We know that. Yes. So here it is nothing but now minus of A2, C3 minus A3, C2. This how you got, you know already. A2 into C3 minus A3 into C2. This is nothing but the minor element. Clear? Now this is the way how you find out the cofactors. So this is one more example. This is the C1. Cofactor of C1 we are trying to find out. So where is C1 located here? C1 is there in the first row and third column. First row and third column. So I value is 1, J value is 3. Is it clear? So that is nothing but cofactor of C1. How do we get here? Minus 1 to the power of I plus J. So let us substitute that and find the minor. So we are covering the first row and third column. Okay. Now let us try to find out that cofactor. Minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 3. Determinant of A2, B2, A3, B3. Clear? Now what is here? 1 plus 3 is nothing but 4, which is an even number. So minus 1 to the power of 4 will give you what, children? An even number. So that is nothing but here A2, B3 minus A3, B2. Is it clear? So that is plus 1 only. So no need to write plus sign here. Only for minus sign only we write. Okay. So that is nothing but here. This is the method for finding the determinant, cofactor of an element. Similarly, okay, 1 second I want to tell you, children. Okay. So here, total in the before explanation of this, we have seen that A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3 are there in the matrix. Yes or not? So when you are finding the elements, all the cofactors of all the elements, what do we get? The cofactor for every element, the cofactor if you write as a matrix. First element is A1. That if you replace that with the cofactor, its cofactor, corresponding cofactor, we'll get it as capital A1. But B1 cofactor is capital B1. But C1 is capital C1. Similarly, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Is it clear? So that means nothing but what is this matrix called? It is called as cofactor matrix of A. Cofactor matrix of A. Understood? So if we consider this as a matrix A, if you consider this as a matrix A or B, whatever you give the name, children, that cofactor matrix of that matrix will have. So that is nothing but the elements are replaced by its corresponding cofactors. Is it clear? So now here we are trying to find out the determinant. So based on these cofactors, we have the concept of determinants. Clear for 3 by 3 matrix. So what is a determinant, children? Determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. How do you find? Let us see. So let A is equal to A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3. Then the sum of the products of elements. So listen here carefully, children. The sum of the products of the elements of the first row with their corresponding cofactors is called the determinant of A. Is it clear? So what we have got here, children? The sum of the products of the elements of the first row with their corresponding cofactors. Means we are asked to find the sum of the products. Which products we are going to find? Elements of the first row. First row elements. These are the elements of the first row. Clear? With their corresponding cofactors. Means every element, you know how to find out the cofactor. Yes? So for every element we are trying to find out the cofactor. This element into its cofactor plus this element into its cofactor plus this element into its cofactor. Clear? That value will give you what? Determinant of this entire 3 by 3 matrix. Is it clear? So let us see how it is. The determinant of is A is denoted by this one already I discussed in the last class. Det A we can write or delta we can write, like this also we can write, because always we represent the determinant within the between vertical lines, yes or not? Yes. So now that is nothing but because instead of writing all the elements, simply you can write this matrix A, the determinant of matrix A. Here now like this also we can write. Now here how to find out the determinant? Let us see. This is nothing but that A or determinant A is equal to determinant of A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C2. Clear? So we are trying to find out the determinant of this. Okay. Now how do you find out? It's nothing but A1 into capital A1. This capital A1 is what? Cofactor of this element A1. As I said, the sum of the products of the first row elements with its corresponding cofactors is A1 into capital A1, that is A1 into its cofactor, plus B1 into its cofactor, that is B1 into B1, plus C1 into its cofactor, that is C1 into capital C1, where A1, B1, C1 are the cofactors of the elements A1, B1, C1 respectively. Is it clear? So like this we have to find. Now you understood very clearly that how to find out the cofactors. So now we can elements will be already there in your matrix, yes, and we can find out the cofactor. Simply just multiply those and add them, then we'll give you the determinant of the matrix. So let us see an example here. Find the determinant of A is equal to 2 minus 1 4, 4 minus 3 1, 1 2 1. Okay. Now what is the determinant? We write like this. Yes. So now here what is the formula for finding determinant? Sum of the products of elements of the first row with their corresponding cofactors. This is a definition of means how to the method of finding determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. Clear? Now what is this? Nothing but 2 into its cofactor, 2 into cofactor of 2 plus second element is what of the first row? Minus 1 into cofactor of minus 1 plus 4 into cofactor of 4. Clear? So this is what we are going to find out now. So cofactor of 2 is equal to, how to find? Minus 1 whole to the power of I plus j into minor of 2. Yes. So what is I plus j? I and j are what? The row and column number in which the element is present. Is it clear? So let us try to find out that. So now here let us try to find out that here, which is equal to, what is I value here? I is equal to first row, that is I is equal to 1. The element is there in the first row, first column. So I is 1 and j is also equal to 1. Now I am trying to find out the cofactor. So minus 1 whole to the power of 1 plus 1, okay, into minor. Minor is nothing but what? Determinant of the elements left. So what are the elements left, children? If you cover these elements, if you cover the first row elements and first column elements, these these values, these 6 elements should be covered. Now what are the elements left, children? Minus 3 1 2 1. So I'm writing those elements here. Minus 3 1 and 2 and 1. Here now try to find out here. Minus 1 whole to the power of 2 is plus 1 only. So now what is the determinant here? Minus 3 into 1 minus 2 into 1. Is it clear? So plus 1 only, children. I'm not writing the plus 1 here. which is equal to minus 3 into 1 is minus 3 minus 2, which is equal to how much? Minus 5, which is equal to minus 5. So the cofactor of 2, how much we got? As minus 5. Okay, so let us try to find out the other cofactor also we need now, which is cofactor of 1, sorry, minus 1, which is in the first row, which is nothing but minus 1 whole to the power of I plus j into minor of minus 1. So what is the I value and j value here? I is equal to how much? In which row it is present? First row. So I is 1. In which column it is present? Second column. So j is equal to 2. Now we are trying to find out this one. So which is equal to cofactor of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 2 into minor. Minor is nothing but determinant we are going to find out. So which row is should be covered here? First row, okay, S, and second column should be covered. Second column should be covered. Now what are the 4 elements left, children, after covering this? 4, 1, 1, 1. Okay. 4, 1, 1, 1. Now let us try to find out this, which is equal to what we get? Minus 1 whole to the power of 3 s into 4 into 1 minus 1 into 1 s is equal to minus 1 whole to the power of 3 is how much? Minus 1 raised it to odd number will give you minus 1 only. So that is nothing but minus of 4 minus 1, which is minus 3. Clear? So cofactor of minus 1, how you got? So what we got? As minus 3. Next one is, we are trying to find out cofactor of other element is what? 4. Cofactor of 4 is what, children? Minus 1 to the power of I plus j into minor of 4. Okay. Now, what is the cofactor of I plus j here? We are trying to find out I value. I is in which row it is there? First row. And j is what? J value is 3 because it is there in the third column. Now, let us try to find out this. Minus 1 whole to the power of 1 plus 3 into its minor. What is the minor? Now, which row and which column should be covered? First row and third column. First row is already covered, children. Now, I am trying to cover this. Let me delete this one, children, so that you may not confuse. Okay. Now which column should be covered, children? The first row is already covered. Third column should be covered. Yes. So now here I am covering this third column. I'm covering this third column. Now what are the 4 elements left here? 4 minus 3, 1, 2. 4 minus 3, 1, 2. Okay, which is equal to minus 1 to the power of 4 into, what is the element here? 4 into 2 minus 1 into minus 3. 1 into minus 3. Okay, so which is equal to minus 1 whole to the power of 4 is how much? Plus 1 only. So 4 2 is 8. Minus into minus is plus. 8 plus 3 is how much? 11. 8 plus 3 is equal to 11 we got. Clear? Now we have got all the cofactors, isn't it? So now we have got all the cofactors of 3 elements of the first row. So cofactor of 2, how much we got? Cofactor of 2 is how much we got? We got it as minus 5. Yes? Cofactor of 2 is minus 5 we got. Cofactor of minus 1 is minus 3. Let me write here. Cofactor of minus 4 is 11 we got. Yes? So now we are going to find out determinant A, that is determinant of A. Determinant of the given matrix is equal to cofactor of, what is the first element, children? Cofactor of first element is 2. 2 minus 1, 4. Yes? So 2 into cofactor of 2. 2 into cofactor of 2. 2 into cofactor of 2 plus minus 1 into cofactor of minus 1 plus 4 into cofactor of 4. 4 into cofactor of 4. Okay, which is equal to 2 into cofactor of 2, how much we got? As minus 5 plus minus 1 into cofactor of minus 1, how much we got? Minus 3 plus 4 into cofactor of 4, how much we got? 11. Yes, so which is equal to 2 into minus 5 is minus 10 plus minus into minus is plus 3. 4 into 11 is 44. Okay, now here for 44 minus 10, 44 plus 3 is how much? 47. 47 minus 10, which is equal to how much, children? 37. The determinant of our given matrix is how much? 37. Is it clear, children? So this is the way how we find out the matrix. So here one point I want to tell you children, always whenever you are trying to find out the cofactor of a given matrix, you have to see that we are usually see any row or any column we can find out the determinant. Here I'm telling about the first row. Yes, we are trying to find the determinant using the first row. Means first row elements into its sum of the products of the first row elements with their corresponding cofactors we are doing. Similarly, we can do with any row or any column children. Total we have 3 rows and 3 columns are there. Any row or any column we can take. But if you are taking a second row, you should take all the elements of second row only. Clear? If you are taking the column, first column, then you have to take all the elements of first column only. So anyway, we can means using any row or any column, we can find out the determinant. But that usually we do with the first row. Usually, okay, it is not must be should do with first row only, but usually we do with the first row. So that's why here I want to tell you, because here for any cofactor, for any time you are finding the determinant, we'll find out the cofactor. Yes or not? So always the general matrix here I'm writing children A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Okay. Now when you are trying to find out the determinant, this is what first row, first column. Yes. So when you are doing -1 to the power of I plus j, 1 plus 1 becomes 2. So here this sign will be plus only. And when you are trying to do it for the second one, this sign will be negative because it is first row, second column. And its sign will be plus. Similarly, A2, if you are trying to find out with the second row or first column, you have to know the sign for this. Yes or not? Cofactor for this one you will find out. So what is this -1 to the power of I plus j we do. So it is there in the second row, first column. That means 2 plus 1 we write, that is nothing but -1 to the power of 3 we get. So again for this also we get minus sign only. And for this one, second row, second column, that is 2 plus 2. I have -1 to the power of 2 plus 2 we get, which is plus sign we get. Okay, so here it is first, second row, third column, which is -1 to the power of 2 plus 3, which is -1 to the power of 5, which is minus sign we get for this one. So next for this one, it is third row, first column. 3 plus 1 is 4. So it is -1 to the power of 4 is positive value, and it is a negative value, and it is a positive value. Clear? So like the means what directly we can every time instead of doing like this plus into -1 into cofactor -1, directly we can write children A1 into A1 minus B1 into B1 plus C1 into capital C1. Means this minus sign is representing what? It's the cofactor in front of the cofactor. You have this minus sign. No, that is showing this one. Directly here we can find out the minor itself. No need to again multiply -1 to the power of I plus j. Only to eliminate that, we can directly do like this. Otherwise, we can do according to the formula. Simply directly every time we can find out -1 to the power of I plus j, and then we can do. Like that also you can do, or if you can remember this one plus minus plus sign, that also easy for you. That will become easy for you when you are solving the sums. Clear? So now here next one is one sum based on determinant 1 0 0 2 3 4 5 minus 6 x. This is a determinant matrix given, and the determinant is given as 45. You are asked to find the value of x. Okay, now let us see here how to do it. Okay, now I'm trying to what is given what is given determinant of this is given as determinant of the matrix 2 3 4 5 minus 6 x. The determinant of this matrix is given as how much? 45. Clear? Now let us try to find out the determinant. So as I told you, according to the first row, I'm expanding the determinant along the first row. Okay, first row, that is 1 into determinant A is equal to 1 into this row should be covered, this column should be covered. Now I'm not covering children because you will get this will become very clumsy, so that you will get confused. So just I'm moving the arrow, just understand it. So the first row and first column is covered. So what are the 4 elements left? These are left. 3 into x is 3x. Else I will write the matrix here. So here it is 1 into 3, 4 minus 6x. And what should be the second element sign? As just now I told you, instead of doing every time -1 whole to the power of I plus j, it is better to remember the sign. Okay, it will become minus sign. Okay, 0 into its determinant. Anyway, it is 0 only, but only for your understanding, I'm writing it again. First row, second column. So what are the 4 elements left? This row and this column as covered means 2, 4, 5, x is left. 2, 4, 5x. Okay, next plus for the third element it is plus 0 into first row, third column are covered. So what are left here? 2, 3, 5 minus 6. Now anyway you know this becomes 0 only, children, no need to solve it. So 1 into 3 into x is, it is given as 45. 1 into 3 into x is 3x minus 6 into 4. So be careful with the minus signs, children, is equal to 45. I'm not doing this because anyway this is 0 only. So which is equal to 3x minus into minus is plus 6 4 is 24 is equal to how much? 45. So 3x is equal to how much? 45 minus 24. Okay, 3x is equal to how much? 45 minus 24 implies 3x is equal to 45 minus 24 is how much? 5 minus 4 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 2. This implies x is equal to 21 by 3, which is nothing but 3 ones are 3 sevens are. So what is x value, children? X is equal to how much we got? 7. So this is like this. You have to find out the determinant. I hope you understood how to find out the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. Clear? So now here, let us see the properties of determinants, children. Very important one, because based on this you have a exercise, children. Very important sum. It is very important for your 7 marks question. So you need to solve those determinants. You need to know the properties, few properties, very important properties I'm discussing in the class, children, in today's session. So let us see what are those properties. If each element of a row or column of a square matrix is 0, then the determinant of that matrix is 0. Is it clear? So what is the, children, here? What I am giving here, what is the property? If each element of a row or column of a square matrix is 0, then the determinant is 0. So now here suppose the matrix is like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, this is a matrix. Clear? So I'm trying to find out the determinant. So, but here what I'm telling you here, do you find any 0 here? No. So if you find out the determinant of this matrix, you may get some value. It may be 0 or something else. Depending on the values, you may get the determinant as 0 also, or any something other value also. But here instead of without solving the determinant, you cannot tell what is the determinant value. You need to solve the determinant, yes or not? But without solving, how can you tell? Means first suppose instead of this, if the matrix is, first suppose like this, if the matrix is like this, that is any one row, D, E, F, instead of A, B, C, if I have, if instead of ABC, if I have 0, 0, 0 as the first row elements, it may be in the first row, or it may be in the second row, it may be third row, first column, second column, or third column. Or like this also it can be A, 0, C, D, 0, F, G, 0, I. Suppose the matrix is like this. Means here one column is 0. Means every element of one column is 0. Here every element of one row is 0. It means if you find like that, if each element of a row or column is 0, then the determinant directly, instead without solving the determinant, we can directly say that determinant of this matrix is equal to 0. Suppose here it is, I'm considering it as some A. Okay. So then the determinant of this matrix can be directly taken as A using this property. Means no need to solve using the formula. Is it clear, children? So if you find out like this, if all 3 zeros are there in any particular row, in any particular column, all 3 zeros means it should not be like this, children. A, B, 0, 0, E, F, G, 0, F, sorry, I. If you suppose it is there like this, then it is not 0. We are finding 3 zeros here, but the determinant of this is not 0 here. In this case, the determinant is not 0. Means you have to solve it. Understood? Here you have to solve. But it should be all the elements of one column or all the elements of one row must be 0. Then only we can directly say that my determinant of A is equal to 0. Is it clear? And the second property is, if two rows or columns of a square matrix are interchanged, then the sign of the determinant changes. Clear? So here is this is the matrix what we have taken, children. 2 minus 1, 4, 4 minus 3, 1, 1, 2, 1. So what was this was the same sum, children, as what we got. So what was the determinant we got for this one? Just now we did know 37. Yes, we got the determinant as 37. Now here, so what is the statement here is, if any two rows or columns of a square matrix are interchanged, means what? Interchanging means the one row should be taken in another place, in another row place. Here the first row and second row I'm interchanging. Second row is 4 minus 3, 1. So it has moved to first row and first row has moved to second row. So when you are telling about the row means all the elements of the row will be moved, children, not only a particular element. Okay. Similarly for column also it is same. So here these two rows R1 and R2 are interchanged. R1 and R2 are interchanged. So then what happens here? The sign of the determinant changes. Means if here I know already prior to this prior to doing this only, means before doing this only I know the determinant value because already we did. Yes or not? Suppose here, if just I'm interchanging this one here, then without solving itself, directly I can say that determinant of B is equal to how much now? Minus 37 I can say. Because here these two rows are interchanged. Yes, sign of the determinant changes. If it is minus 37, then it becomes plus 37. Understood? So that is nothing but determinant B is nothing but what? Minus of determinant A. Understood, children? So this is one important property. And the next one is if each element of a row or column of a square matrix is multiplied by a number k, then the determinant of the matrix obtained is k times the determinant of the given matrix. Is it clear? So what is this, children? If any element or a row, each element of a row or column is multiplied by number k, this is our matrix, children. So now here this matrix is multiplied with the well, here I'm taking first column. I'm taking here. So here I'm taking here first column. Either a row you can take or a column we can take. It is up to you. So here I'm taking first column. The first column, every element of the first column. What are they? 2, 4 and 1. So these three elements of the first column are multiplied with some constant k. What is that constant I have taken here? 2. Okay, if that value k is 2 here, then the determinant of matrix obtained is k times the determinant of the given matrix. So what is the determinant of the given matrix actually? Is already we did, children. Determinant of A is equal to 37 we got. Yes. Now here if I multiply this one column with 2, the same scalar quantity, then the determinant of B will be k times, that is 2 times the determinant of A, because the same matrix A, from the same matrix A, the first column is multiplied with the scalar quantity 2. So here it is nothing but determinant of B is given by 2 times the determinant of A. What is this 2 here? It is a scalar quantity with what we multiplied the each element of first column. Is it clear? So that is nothing but how much we get here? 2 into 37 will give you how much? 2 sevens are 40, 2 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 74 is the value. Understood, children? So that is nothing but 2 times of determinant A we can write here. So that in general what we write here, then determinant of B is written as k times of determinant A. Is it clear? Understood, children? I hope you are following. So like this, what here only one column I took, children. Here only one column I took, so 1 2 has come out. 2 into determinant A. Understood? So like this, for any column or any row, where quantity is multiplied with each element is multiplied with the scalar quantity, that will be multiplied with its determinant. Okay. So here it is nothing but 2 times of determinant. In our case, k value is 2. Okay. Now here, one more important point is if A is a square matrix of order 3 by 3 and k is a scalar, then determinant ka is equal to k cube of determinant A. What is this here? Let me explain this. So what is our matrix, children?
Dear students, there is a little connectivity issue and we regret the inconvenience. Please stay tuned. Madam is going to resume the session shortly.
మ్యామ్ ఇది డిజేబుల్ చేశారు మ్యామ్. మ్యామ్ మ్యామ్
Yeah, you may start sharing the screen now.
So here children, here if A is a square matrix, what we got 3 by 3 matrix, and K determinant of Ka is equal to K cube of A, we are telling. So now here what was our matrix? 2 minus 1 4, 4 minus 3 1. So let me write that matrix here children. Okay, so what was our matrix here? Determinant of here it is determinant of 2 minus 1 4. Our elements are 2 minus 1 4, 4 minus 3 1, 4 minus 3 1, and the other one is 1 2 1. So these are the elements we have. So this was our matrix. So the determinant of this we got it as 37. Yes. Now here if I multiplying, if the meaning of this property is, if I'm trying to multiply this each element, a matrix is multiplied with the determinant of Ka, we are telling. Means I'm multiplying with some the element. If Ka means what here? K I'm not writing outside children. I'm trying to find out the determinant of K into A. Means the whole matrix is multiplied with some scalar quantity K. So that means what? Suppose I'm taking that scalar quantity K as 2. So that is every element is multiplied. 2 2s are 4. 2 into 2 I'm taking, that is 2 into 2 is 4. It is 4. Minus 1 into 2 I'm taking as minus 2. 4 into 2 is 8. 4 2s are again here for second row also. 4 into 2 is 8. Minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. 1 into 2 is 2. 1 into 2 is 2. 2 twos are 4, 1 into 2 is 2. Means every element of the entire matrix is multiplied with 2. Understood? So if I'm trying to find out this, that means what here? The first row is multiplied with 2. Yes. So that is nothing but 2 into determinant of A we get as according to the previous property. Similarly, second row is also multiplied with 2, isn't it? Yes. So the entire second element, second row is also multiplied with 2. So that means that will give you what? Again, one more 2 will come out as a coefficient. Yes. Next, third row is also multiplied with 2, isn't it? So one more 2 also comes outside as a coefficient. So it is nothing but into determinant A. Is it clear? So which is nothing but 2 cube into determinant A. Clear? So that is nothing but 8 into 37. How much it is? 8 7s are 56. 8 is a 24 plus 5 is 29. This is a determinant value what we get. That means that is nothing but if each row or each column, I'm telling about row children, it is applied to row column also. So if each row is multiplied with the same quantity, that the scalar quantity can be taken out as a constant which is taken out as a multiple for the determinant. For the second row, one more scalar quantity is there. So I'm multiplying with 2. If third row is multiplied with 2, then that is also coming out as a multiple. Clear? So it is, and one more important point is it is not must that all the 3 rows should be multiplied with same quantity 2 children. Suppose if every element of the first row is multiplied with 2 and every element of second row is multiplied with 3, for example, I'm telling, for this is a matrix. If it is like this, see the matrix is changed to like this children. First row is multiplied with 2, that is 4 minus 2, 8. Okay. Second row is multiplied with 3. 4 3s are 12. Minus 3 into 3 is minus 9. Next is 3 into 1 is 3. Next third row is multiplying with 4. 4 1s are 4. 4 2s are 8. 4 1s are 4. So if it is like this, so then what happens? Then what will be the determinant? First row is multiplied with 2 means 2 comes out. Second row is multiplied with 3 means 3 comes out. Third row is multiplied with 4 means 4 comes out into determinant of A. Understood? So 2 3s are 4. Sorry, 2 3s are 6. 6 4s are 24. 24 times of determinant A. Like this we have to do. Understood children? I hope you are following it. Clear? So whatever the scalar quantity, the row, each row is multiplied, that quantity will come out as the multiple for the determinant. Is it clear? So that you understand. That is very, very important property children. And the next one is, here if two rows or columns of a square matrix are identical, if two rows or columns of a square matrix are identical, then the determinant of that matrix is 0. So then identical means what? Same. So if any two rows are same, here this is a matrix ABC, ABC. If you observe here the first row and second row, R1 and R2 are same. So then we can say that the determinant of this matrix is nothing but 0. That is directly we can write it as 0. Means without solving also we can directly say, if you find that any two rows or any two columns, it need not be continuous. It can be R1 and R3 also can be same. Understood? It always need not be, there should be the consecutive rows. They can be any place. So R1 and R3 can be identical, or R1, sorry, C1 and C3 can be identical. Anything it can be, then the determinant can be considered as 0. Is it clear? Next, the next property is, if each element in a row or column of a square matrix is the sum of two numbers, then its determinant can be expressed as the sum of the determinants of two square matrices. So what is it children? Here if the matrix is like this, if here and this is a matrix, if you observe the matrix, the first column, every element of first column is like sum of two elements, a1 plus x1, a2 plus x2, a3 plus x3, isn't it? So if it is like this, if it is like this, then we can split that matrix into the determinant of this matrix can be found by splitting them as sum of two determinants. So how the sum of two determinants will be? Let us see. A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3, which is the second column and third column are as it is. The only the first column is split. That is the A1, A2, A3 are taken as the first column, and in the second matrix, this second term is there, no, x1, x2, x3 is taken as the first column, and the second column and third column are remain as it is. Is it clear? So we can split them. We can split this matrix as like this. Then we can find out the determinant separately and then add. Understood, children? So like this we can do. This is also important one. Next one is, for any square matrix A, determinant A is equal to determinant of A dash. A dash means already you know A transpose. Means if you find the transpose and to find the determinant, both are same only. Next important property is, for any square matrices A and B, determinant AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. Okay, next one is for any positive integer n, determinant of A to the power of n is equal to determinant of A whole to the power of n. Clear? So these are the properties, children, what we have. Now the notations, the important notations what we use to find determinants. While finding the determinants, we use some important notations, children. What are they? Let us see. First one is, if the symbol is like this, double-sided arrow. Yes, R1, this is the symbol we use, children. The double-sided arrow is there, R2. Then this means R1 and R2 are interchangeable. The meaning of this is what? R1 comes into R2's place, R2 goes to R1's place. The meaning of the writing like this is what? R1 and R2 are interchangeable. Clear? And the second notation is R1 tends to K into R1, means like one-sided arrow is there. One-sided arrow is there. Now arrow is pointing towards right side, no? So that means what? R1 is multiplied, means every element of R1 is multiplied with K. K is scalar quantity. Clear? That means what? When you are doing this, when you are using this notation, our determinant means our matrix will change to the row. The R1 of our matrix will change to K into R1. Understood? Next, R1 tends to R1. We read it as tends to, children. R1 tends to R1 plus K into R2. What is the meaning of this? If you write like this, the meaning is R1, the elements of R1 are added to K times the corresponding elements of R2. That means they are multiplying every element of R2 with a constant K. Then that value is added to the corresponding element of R1. So then this sum, whatever the sum we get here, the element of R1 plus K times of R2. Whatever the sum we get here, where to write that sum here? That value is written in place of the element what we have earlier in R1. Means the change is occurring in R1, children. Whatever you write on the left side, the change is occurring there. So in R1 tends to we are writing, means the change is going to occur in the place of R1. Every element of R1 is going to change. How it is changing? It depends on the term what we give on RHS. The right side what we give. Understood? If we are giving simply KR1 means only the element of R1 is multiplied with K. If you are writing like this, R1 plus KR2 means the R1 element is added to K times of R2 element. Clear? So that value is replaced in place of the original element of R1. Understood? So these are the things, children. So one important sum I want to tell you. Show that 1 determinant of 1a square, 1b square, 1c square is equal to a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. This you are going to prove. Okay. So now here how to prove it, let us see. Very, very important sums, children. These are because 7 marks questions you are going to get from this exercise. So that's a simple sum I'm going to tell in today's class. And this is a term. So now here usually what is the method we know how to find out the determinants? 1 b square, 1 c square. This is our matrix or determinant. For this we are going to find out the determinant. So that's why we are writing in between the vertical lines. Now if it is the matrix here, now here to find out the determinant, what is our usual method? We expand the determinant along the first row or first column, anything. So here it means here there is no zero we find, or there is no you cannot use any property directly here. Yes, till now we have seen so many properties. So for such kind of sums in this exercise, what we do is we do some transformations, children, using the notations what I explained you just now. Understood? So how to do it? For solving such kind of sums, the easiest method is always try to convert any two elements of the row or any two elements of a column as zeros, if possible. If possible, try to convert any two elements of a row or any two elements of a column as zeros. Clear? So that our process of expanding the determinant becomes easy. Is it clear, children? So now here, where can you make zeros? Here 1, 1, 1 are there. How can you make 1 as 0? We can subtract 1 minus 1, isn't it? So here what is the notation I am trying to do is R1. I'm trying, sorry, because these are there in the column. I'm trying to make the change in the rows. Okay. So R1 tends to R1 minus R2. Or else R2 tends, first row I'm keeping as it is. R2 tends to R1 minus R2 or R2 minus R1. Anything we can write, children, no problem. R2 tends to R2 minus R1. What does it mean? I'm trying to make a change in the second row. What is the change? R2 minus R1 means element in R2 should be subtracted from element of R1 should be subtracted from R2. Is it clear? And what is the other change I'm doing? Two zeros I told. Yes, R3 tends to R3 also I'm trying to make a change. R3 minus R2 or R1. Anything we can do. Is it clear? Now here it is here. If I am trying to do like this, how my matrix will change? How my matrix will change? Let us see. Or how my determinant will change. First row, there is no change in the first row, so first row remains as it is. 1a square. Okay. Second row. What is the second row? R2 minus R1 I am doing. So what is R2 here? R1 b square. R2 minus every element should be subtracted from its corresponding element. So 1 minus, what is the corresponding element here for 1? Same element 1. So 1 minus 1 becomes 0. Yes. Next, let us take this b. B, what is the corresponding element for B here in the R1? A. B minus A. B minus A. Okay. Next, third element is B square minus A square. It is B square minus A square. Is it clear? Next, let us change the make a change in the R3 also. 1 minus R3 minus R2 we are doing. So 1 minus 1 is 0. C minus B. C minus B. C square minus corresponding element is in R2 is B square. So C square minus B square. Understood, children? So for this reason we are using this notation. So which is equal to 1 A square 0 B minus A. I'm putting it in the bracket. B square minus A square is there. So it can be written as B plus A into B minus A. Is it clear? Yes. Next third row we are taking 0 C minus B into C plus B into C minus B. Okay. Now this is a matrix. Now if you observe here, in the first row nothing is common. Common in the sense it is not multiplied with any common factor. If you observe the second row, B minus A is common or not? Yes. Here we have a B minus A term. Here also we may have a B minus A term. Here we don't have a term, but still we can consider it as 0 into B minus A. That means the entire second row is multiplied with B minus A or not? Yes. Yes. So it can be written as B minus A is written as outside, as just now we discussed one property. Yes. Now second, let us see the third row. Third row, what is common here? C minus B is a common factor here. But C minus B is written outside. Now what are the remaining determinant elements? 1, A square, 0. Here if you take out B minus A, what is left here? 1. And what is left here? B plus A is left. Here also 0. C minus B is taken out, so it is 1 is left here. C plus B is left here. Understood, children? Now our determinant has changed, like it should be a straight line, children. Make it as a straight line. Now, B minus A into C minus B into so here it is B minus A into C minus B into 1 A square 0 1. What was there? B plus A 0 1 C plus B. This was the determinant what we have. So let us expand now. Expanding the determinant I am trying to expand, children. Now expanding along where you have zeros in first column. Along C1 I am trying to expand. So which is equal to B minus A into C minus B into determinant I am trying to find out with this according to our original method. 1 into first element into its minor. What is the minor, children? What is the minor of this? If you eliminate this row and column, the 4 elements are left. 1 B plus A, 1 C plus B. Clear? And the remaining elements are zeros only, because there are no need to find out the minors here, because when you multiply with 0, it will become 0 only. So which is now, for that reason only we are making the elements of any 2 elements as zeros. So it is nothing, it is a vertical line, children, it is. So it is 1 into, let us find out the determinant. 1 into C plus B is C plus B minus 1 into B plus A is B plus A. So minus of B plus A. Okay, which is equal to B minus A into C minus B into C plus B minus B minus A. Okay, plus B minus B is cancelled. So what is there? B minus A into C minus B into C minus A. Clear? So now what is our question? A minus B into B minus C into A minus C minus A. Yes? So let us take minus common here. Here also we can take minus common. So the minus into minus becomes plus. So then it becomes now A minus B into B minus C into C minus A is there as it is, which is our RHS. Clear? So like this, we have to solve the determinants of the 3 by 3 matrix. Children, very, very important exercise this is. You get 1 7 marks question from this exercise. I hope you understood the class very well. So let us see what have we learned in today's session. Minor of an element we have seen, cofactor of an element, and determinant, how to find out, and properties, very important properties we have discussed, and notations we have seen, and the sums, a few sums we have we did on the determinants. Okay. Cofactor is minor is nothing but the row and column should be eliminated, means covered in which the element is present. Is it clear? And cofactor means nothing but minus 1 to the power of I plus j into minor of that element. Clear? So that is very, very important, children. And this is the two sums I'm giving to you, children, in today's class. Find the cofactor of this matrix, given matrix, and find the determinant of this given matrix. Is it clear? I hope you enjoyed the class, children. Practice more sums and do better. Thank you, children. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Purnima madam. That was really a wonderful session. Dear children, we regret the inconvenience caused due to connectivity, but in spite of that disturbance, the session went on so well, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.